Welcome back. In this video we'll see how to close a conversation once a report has been sent to a mail or a PDF, a WhatsApp. So once an email or once the PDF has been sent to the email or WhatsApp, so we'll show the message like the PDF has been sent to the email or WhatsApp. So after that we'll close the conversation. So we will handle that case now, as well as we'll refactor the code as well. So in the previous video, if you see while for the all users we have given an access like a Firebase admin. So we'll change this one instead of Firebase admin, we'll make it to storage admin. But still we are able to receive that PDF. So we'll change it to the storage admin. So now we'll add this case once a message has been sent, I have sent the report to your email, please check it out. Then we'll navigate to a scene. So to close this conversation, so we'll use this actions.page end conversation. So similarly we'll use the same here. So we'll just copy this one, then we'll paste it here. So the conversation scene next name equal to actions page end conversation. So we'll first deploy this one and see whether this conversation is getting completed or not. So based on this, we'll try to refactor this code. We'll move all these scenes and the dialogs to a common place. From there, we'll try to use it here. And then as well as once it is done, then we'll add a SSML for our dialogs, so that the deployment gets completed. So now the deployment is completed. So we'll test our action.
Okay, here's the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
So we'll add some data.
May I know the place name?
So we'll choose hospital.
May I know at what time you have visited that place?
So then we'll give the time at 10:45 a.m.
Great. I have stored what you have said. After that, did you went out anywhere?
So we'll choose no.
Thank you. When you go out, tell me where you have went. Till then, stay safe.
So now the conversation has been closed. So now we'll invoke it again to see
Okay, getting the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
So we'll choose no.
Would you like to see the places you have visited earlier?
So we'll choose yes.
Here is the list of places you have visited. Would you like to receive the report?
So we'll choose yes again.
Would you like to receive the report through email or WhatsApp?
Now we'll choose WhatsApp.
Report has been sent to our WhatsApp number.
So now if you see here the conversation has been left, and we have received that message. After that the conversation has been closed. So here if you see we have received that report as well. So just download and open it, so you can see the latest data which we have added is been available. So the only problem is the latest one should be shown at first, but in our case it's not needed. We can have it from the last 15 days. So wherever the places the user visited, we'll have it out. So or if needed, we can write up a logic and we can make these dates to be available at first based upon the recent dates. that's we can, those things we can do it out. So we are not focusing on those things now. So we can close this WhatsApp as well, like GCP console, and then we'll go back to our cloud function. We'll go back to our cloud function and we'll start refactoring this parts. So first we will do this refactoring now. So now we'll move this scene names to a common place. So instead of having it here, like we'll move to a file, and then from there we'll call this name here. So for this, what we'll do is like we'll create one folder, and we can name it like scene names, or we can rename it like we'll just have the scenes alone. So it should not get blank one. So we'll create an index file. So we'll take a reference of our const file which we have created earlier. Then we'll create this scene name, const. So we'll start from first. So we are having a user activity scene. So we can give it like user activity scene, and we'll pass this value. Similarly, so the next thing is like a user confirmation scene, and it will be like new user confirmation scene. Then the next one, add new road success scene. So this is not a hardcode rule, like you have to move these scene names to a common, like it will be a better one, like if you are having a control of the scene names. So suppose if you are going to have the same scene names in multiple handlers, so in that case, if you want to change it somewhere, in that case it will be helpful for you. So you don't want to change it in multiple places. Then so for this conversation end also, we'll make it as a scene. And then I hope that's the list of scenes we are having on. So anyway, we'll make a confirmation like the number of places we are having scenes. So totally we are having at 6 places, and we are having 5. Okay. So that's like the end scene has been called twice. So that's the reason. Then we'll export these scene names. Like an add root. Now we'll go to our index file and we'll import those names here. So first name would be like user activity scene. From okay, should use require. now we'll copy this as seen, and we'll change it in this user activity, so it will be called out. So for the new user confirmation scene, we'll copy this one and we'll change it here, and we'll import it here as well. So here will be a root success. We'll change this as well. We'll import this name as well. So this is for the add new root success. So we'll call this guy. And then after that, there's a report creation. So we'll call this guy. And then the final part is the end conversation. So we'll copy this one here as well as here. So now we'll go to our import statement, and then we'll import the rest of the scenes, like the scene as well as this end scene. I hope those things has been done properly. So we'll check it one more time whether we have replaced it in all places. We have changed it in everywhere. Like now the scene names has been moved to a common place. So the next thing what we'll do is like we'll move this dialogs to a common place. Then it would be easier for us to change the dialogs if needed. So in that case, what we can do is like create one more folder. So we'll create one more folder like SSML, and then we'll create an index.js file. So there we'll create these messages like const welcome message. So we'll copy this welcome message. The things which we can which is used in multiple places, those things we can move it to a separate place, or we can have it like this. So const message is for the new user, so we can refactor it, change it like a new user. And the one for the existing user, so that would be the Daytracker. So we'll copy this guy here. So now we'll first export these two guys. Export dot sorry. Module.exports of welcome message new user and welcome message existing user. Then we'll go to our import section, then we'll import those two guys. Just copy it from here as it is. So it will be taken from the SSML part. So copy that one as well. So now here, instead of for the message, what we'll do is like we'll pass this welcome new user message, and for the existing user, we can pass this existing user message, or since we've been using it here, we can directly pass and take, we no need of this new variable. So we can remove this part as well. We don't need this row, the logs. So now this greetings handler has been pretty good. So whenever we want to make any changes, we can make the changes in the SSML part alone. So we don't have to keep make any changes here in the greetings handler. So we can close this part. So now in the add route handler, so here what we'll do is like we'll copy this message and create a store what was said. So this is like adding data success. In that case, our message data, or we can do it like add route success and the success message. We'll copy this guy, we'll go and paste it here. We'll come back here and we'll take this guy out and we'll paste it here. Add route success. We'll take it in the import statement as well. So now in that case, the message has been changed. Data storing error. So that one. So we'll just make a reformat. Here, format this code. So we'll copy this route error. Then we'll add it in the import, as well as in this block. So we'll keep this console for our testing or the logging purpose. So if something went wrong, we'll able to see that one. So we'll remove this entry log, which is not needed. So now this add route handler function is pretty nice. So when we can make some refactors, and I don't want to mess it up too much. So here, like for showing the table, so we are having here the list of places you have visited, and there is no places visited. So we'll cut this dialog. Const table success will show the success message, then the const table error, and then we'll show the error message. So we'll copy this success and error messages. So we'll copy this names here, so for the table error as well as for the table success. So the rest of the things what we can do, so we'll try to move this to a const variable, like since we are going to have only the 3 places, like so we'll move this guy to a const variable. So meantime, like we'll import the table success and table error, the header part. Then the table error. So we just format it with the functionality. So now the next thing is like we'll move this header, like for the table we are having an header, so we'll move this to our const file, since we are table header, and cut this one array and paste it here. So we'll copy this one, and for the columns we'll give it like table header, and then we'll import that one in our constants file. So there's pretty much of import statements here. The thing is like we are moving the things which can be easily changeable. So this location history handler is fine now, so there's nothing to be changed. So now we'll come to the send email part, like we are having a message here. Cut this guy, go to the const file. So the message what we are showing, it's like send email success. So it is email success, then email failure or email error. So for the email error, we just copy this one alone. Copy this email success and email error, and just save this file. Have this email error here. Then the email success as well here. So we'll import the email success email errors. So now this part is done. So the next part is like for these messages, what we can do is like so these values are hard coded for now, like we are not going to make it as a dynamic one. So only this attachments part will be get changed. In that case, what we can do is, can we move this to a, in that like attachments 0 So we'll look at this part once we complete the rest of the things. So we'll keep this handler alone. So now we'll at this WhatsApp part, messages. WhatsApp success and WhatsApp error. So we'll pause this WhatsApp success and WhatsApp error. So we'll just format this document and see. We can make this imports to be arranged. Cannot do that one. So we'll copy this error block for the WhatsApp. So now this WhatsApp handler has been cleaned up. So there is no hard-coded values. On this get firestore data, we don't have any hard-coded values, only the queries. So we don't want this now. So here we're not going to change anything, like it's for the table. For the 𝗲𝗂 there's nothing to change, and for the sending email there's nothing to be changed. And we can remove this log. So we'll keep this log as it is. So for the PDF upload, we don't want to change anything. And for sending the WhatsApp message, you are just giving a Daytracker report. What we can do is like we'll change this as well. So we don't want this hard-coded message. It's a hard-coded one, and so we just format this guy, and then we'll replace this quotes with a single quotes. So the constant file is pretty good now. So we'll import this report messages to the const file. So now this part has been done. So we're not going to change that email part, so we'll keep it as it is. Like for the send emailer handler, we have or else it's an object. So what we can do is like we'll just copy this part along and then use it in our const file. Const email. So what is that part? So, email details. So we'll just we'll just create an object, and inside this object we'll pass this values. Then we'll export this email details as well. So, remove this part, and we'll use the spread operator. And we'll use, so what will happen is, like, it will take all the data from this object, it will be get placed up here. So we'll use this one as well here. Email details, so we'll just refactor this file, and then instead of this double quotes, use the single one. So now the import part has been done properly. So still, if you're having a doubt over here, means like, let's see an example, like what would happen if you do a spread operator. So for example, this message object like this, so just copy it from a constants file. So we are having a messages object. So if you want this one in another object, we'll create an email. So inside this object, what we'll do is, like, we'll use a spread operator and then the message. So now if you open the email, so it will have this object, so it won't be having two objects. And even if you want, if you put it like this, so then in that case, like, we'll be having the spread operator will remove that extra object and it will be placed in this new object. So that's what we have done in the email part. So I think, like, now we have done pretty much of refactoring. So the only pending is, like, we have to add the SSML, like, if needed for the dialogs, so which we'll add it out. So first we'll check whether we have done the refactoring for all the files. So we'll open one by one. So we have done it for the constants file, and for the environments it's been already there, so there's nothing to be done. For the scenes we have already done, so that's part is fine. And for the SSML we have done it. So it's like some places it's in double quotes and in some places it's single quote. So we'll replace everything to a single quote. And then in our main index.js file, we have moved all this scene names and this SSML, the dialogs to a common place. So whenever we want to change, we can make it make the changes in this place. We don't want to change it in the index.js file. So now what we'll do is, like, we'll deploy this function and let us check whether everything works fine or not. So meantime, we'll see about this SSML, how to add SSML in assistant conversation. So it should be SSML. So we'll be using a speak tag, and with that what we'll do is, like, could be able to add this data. So we'll do that one once we test this action. So all the major things what we'll be doing is, like, we'll be adding some breaks. So whenever we are transiting from one scene to another, so like two dialogues is being getting called simultaneously, so that place we'll add up a break. for the second dialog. So you can look at this documentation for the SSML part. So meantime we'll reset our test. Then so I think like all the cases except that no user not responding case is pending. So rest of the things we have completed. So what we can do is like once we complete this refactoring and adding the SSML part, so in the next video we'll see how to add a user does not respond part, the flow. So we'll wait for the deployment to be get completed. So now the deployment is completed, so we'll test all this flow.
Got it. Let's get the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
So we'll add some data, and as well as we'll send it in a mail as well as in WhatsApp. So we'll check all the flows. So we'll make sure that
May I know the place name?
it's a park.
May I know at what time you have visited that place?
At 5 p.m.
Great. I have stored what you have said. After that, did you went out anywhere?
No.
Thank you. When you go out, tell me where you have went. Till then, stay safe.
Okay, we'll test the other flow, like generating the reports. So if you notice here, like while testing, just found like so we are given for the current date, we have the user has said like at 5 p.m. just went out to somewhere. So but if you see the time is like 4:39, and so we are not given any condition to match whether the current time, the given time is like greater than the current time or not. So we are not given any check. We didn't put any check over there. So those things we can do it, like if you want to make this one to be a if needed, you can add those kind of a logics. So for this series, we're not going to restrict the user to with those kinds of messages or conditions. So we'll add whatever the user says. Like it's just to see like how we can able to store and retrieve the data from firestore as well as those things. So now we'll check generating the reports.
Got it. Here's the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
No.
Would you like to see the places you have visited earlier?
Yes. Yes.
Here is the list of places you have visited. Would you like to receive the report?
Yes. Yes.
Would you like to receive the report through email or WhatsApp?
So we'll choose email first, then we'll choose that, and then the final case will be don't want to see the reports.
I have sent the report to your email. PLs check it out.
So we'll check whether we have received the mail. Okay, we are receiving the mail, so this refactoring to the mail works fine. So there is no issues. So we'll check the next case, that is sending to the WhatsApp.
Here's the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
So now we'll choose no.
Would you like to see the places you have visited earlier?
So we'll choose yes.
Here is the list of places you have visited. Would you like to receive the report?
We'll choose yes.
Would you like to receive the report through email or WhatsApp?
So we'll choose WhatsApp.
Report has been sent to our WhatsApp number.
So we are receiving this report as well. So we'll just open it out. So here also we are getting the PDF like the one which we have created earlier. So those two things have been working. So we'll check the final part, that's like no
Okay,
cases.
let's get the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Would you like to see the places you have visited earlier?
So we'll choose no.
Thank you. When you go out, tell me where you have went. Till then, stay safe.
So I mean this part is also working fine. So the refactoring which we have done is it's not making any issues. So that's it with the refactoring part. So the only pending part is the SSML. So we'll try to add an SSML for one case. We'll try to add an SSML. So we'll see the break option, how they are making a break. So we'll first check this one.
Step 1. Take a deep breath. Step 2. Exhale. Step 3. Take a deep breath again. Step 4. Exhale.
Couldn't find any break with the sorting. So you have to like you have to put in a speak tag, then you have to use the break. So we'll do the same here. So instead of the single quotes, we'll use the tilde character. This is just like an experiment. We are able to add an SSML. So we'll add a break tag. So for the break, it's like a time of 200 milliseconds. So we'll add the seal. So just close here. Then we'll deploy it. So what we have done is like we just added a speak tag, and then we have added a break with a time of 200 milliseconds. Then we have closed the speak tag. So let us see what's happening, and if it went wrong, try to fix this one. Meantime, what we can do is like here we cannot able to do the switch, change this SSML part. So one. So we'll reset the test, and we'll wait for the deployment to get completed. And sorry for the noise which we are hearing right now. We're hearing some continuous noise which might disturbing you. So we'll wait for the deployment to get completed. Then we'll test our action. So the deployment is completed. So we'll test our action now.
Got it. Here's the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
So if you notice here, like we are getting a delay, like between the welcome to Daytracker and did you went out today. So which means like the SSML part is working on. So what we can do now is like we'll add it for the rest of the places, and now just increase the break time to 500 milliseconds. Like we better be having that a little bit of delay. So we'll do the same in for the new user who's been coming on. So we'll change this to a template string. Then we'll add the speak tag. So inside this speak tag, we'll move our dialog. So here, like we'll make a break here. Then we'll give a time of 500 milliseconds. Then we'll add this message like will assist you to store where you went during this COVID times, and it will be helpful to track the places you have visited if you got COVID. So we'll make it in a single line. Okay. So now here we'll add this tag, the break tag for the great and the so after grade we'll give a break for around 200 milliseconds. And for this we don't need here also not visited. I will send a report. These places we don't need the SSML part. So if you guys need, like, you can add it out. So for our action, this is enough. I feel. So if you need, you can add more SSML parts. So we'll deploy this guy, and then we'll do a final round of testing with our action. Then we'll move on to the next part, that is like adding a no user input part. So we'll wait for the deployment to get completed. So once it is done, we'll move to the next part. I will test our SSML part. So here in the documentation they mentioned something like a TTS simulator, so where we can change our SSML and listen. So but our console we couldn't able to find this part, like there is no simulator kind of a thing. So as well as in the test part also we have checked it out, so there is no simulator available. So but with the dialog, if the action has been created with Dialogflow, in that case we are able to see this request response on audio. So for the new action builder we couldn't able to see this one, so I hope they will update this part soon. Okay, now the deployment is get completed, so we'll test our action. So
Alright, here's the test version of Daytracker. Welcome to Daytracker. Did you went out today?
So we'll choose yes. So we want to see the message like great, we have I'll store those
May I
details.
know the place name?
Give the name like park.
May I know at what time you have visited that place?
At 5:30 p.m.
Great. I have stored what you have said. After that, did you went out anywhere?
So here this one works fine. So only the person thing is like after this end we have to add one more break. Like it's been continuing with another scene. So those things we can make this not a little bit cleaner. So I've just added this one. Like you can test it out. So that's it with the SSML part. So like here you can see the list of other options rather than break. So if you need an audio, you can add it out, or if you want some paragraph or those kinds of things, you can do it out. So you can experiment with these SSML parts. And for now, we just use this speak and break tag. So if needed, we can add it out. So and you see here, like in the flow, we have completed this part as well. So as a flow, like we have completed all this part except that one case, like when there is no input from the user. So that will handle it in the console. So that's it with the cloud function part. Like we have covered all the cases. So in the next video, we'll see how to handle the no user input part. And that would be the final video. Like so we have completed all the major tasks relating to this action. So we'll see in the next video. Till then, thank you.